Welcome, mis chuladas de maíz pinto. Today is another beautiful day for us to connect for our Tlahtolli in Tonalpohualli. I am Ehecayollotl Malinalmiquiz. Today is a beautiful day. It is the second day of the count. It is a Ome Ehecatl, and that means two wind. I was going to start recording earlier, and the nuances of the outside world kept coming in. And, like I said yesterday, these videos are starting raw, and I want to keep them raw for a reason. Like I mentioned yesterday, we are modern beings. We live in a modern world, and we are trying to reconnect to our original ways. And sometimes that means that we have to navigate through the nuances of modern world. I hope that these videos will end up a little more polished, but to be honest, whether I'm filming at home or at my second home, our second Cali, which is Cipactli, there's a lot of noise there too. That is in the middle of Santa Ana, and it's city life. So to go with the flow of things, I'm just going to keep recording, and whatever noises from the outside world happen, they happen. So let's go into what today is. Like I said, today we enter the beautiful energy of Ehecatl. Ehecatl is, yesterday we started with one Cipactli, and it was a day for the raw earth. It is primordial hunger and its untouched potential, the beginning of the new count, beginning of a new cycle. And today something begins to move. Ehecatl is an energy of life that helps spread, and it spreads through communication, but just not of palabra. So let's go into the number two, and the number two starts to introduce us to duality, to relationship, to exchange. The first moment something meets something else. Nothing exists alone. Remember, just like our bodies, we have two eyes, we have two ears, two lungs, two hands, and two hemispheres of the brain. Even our breath moves in and out. The body itself is built on sets of two. We are wired for reflection. I want that to sit for a minute, and how everything is reflection. And this trecena is ruled by the divine duality, Tonacatecuhtli and Tonacacihuatl, the forces of nourishment and creation. We spoke about them very briefly yesterday as being the rulers of the overall trecena, which means the 13-day cycle that we have begun. Our ancestors didn't measure time Monday through Friday, Monday or Sunday through Saturday, however it is that we calculate time now. The weeks weren't 7 days. They were called tercenas. They were portions of 13-day cycles. And the 13-day cycle that we began yesterday was at the beginning of a reset count, which was one Cipactli. And we keep moving forward with today to Ehecatl, still ruled under the energy of the divine duality of creation. So on day two of this cycle of Cipactli, we are not just beginning, we are beginning in relationship. Creation does not move forward alone. It mirrors, it pairs, it responds. Ehecatl, like I mentioned earlier, is a communicator, the planter. It spreads the seeds, which today I felt would be proper to have some semillitas on the altar. Wind carries what is already present. It distributes. Ehecatl is ruled by Quetzalcoatl, Not the feathered serpent, but the precious wisdom, el conocimiento precioso. Wisdom that moves. It's wisdom that breathes. Let that sink in for a minute too. Your pensamientos, that is wisdom that is alive, it's active, and it's in movement. It is wisdom that is carried from one being to another, just like the wind carries things from place to place. The wind spreads seeds, wind spreads fire, wind spreads palabra, words, and wind spreads energía, energy. Today we also enter Mercury retrograde. Our ancestors didn't focus on these occurrences in fear, by the way, like we are kind of taught in Western culture. It was and is about refinement, about revision of familiar cycles and patterns. Retrograde doesn't bring anything new, guys. Please remember that. It merely reflects what was already visible but unresolved and possibly ignored. Ome Ehecatl asks you to examine how you communicate. And we already know that during Mercury retrograde, communication tends to be a little unpredictable, a little interrupted, and kind of a little chaotic, just like I mentioned at the opening of the video. The filming process was going to be a little bit difficult, but as you guys seen, we're into minute 7 and the world outside has calmed. So that seems to be a good sign. And so here we're asked to examine how we're communicating, but more importantly, how you move. Your energy, tu energía, speaks so much more before your mouth does. Your nervous system speaks, your posture speaks, your silence louder than any palabra. The wind doesn't argue, the wind moves. If your energy is scattered, that is what spreads. If your energy is grounded, that is what takes la raíz, where all of these little semillitas will start to root. And remember, we're still inside one Cipactli's trecena. Creation is soft right now. The soil is loose. What you plant today will root quickly. This is a seed scattering day. So we need to be very intentional. The duality of two reminds you every action has a reflection. Every word has an echo. Every breath has a return. Today, I'm going to suggest it's a good day to listen deeply. It's a good day to revise your communication style and skill. It's a good day to teach and share something gently, though. Not radical ideas, not things out of impulse. And planting ideas that truly matter to the future growth of yourself. But most importantly, please breathe. Breathe before you react. Today is not a good idea for impulsive messages. Don't be sending those needy texts and conflictive, combative emails. Don't argue with people on the gram, on social media. Today is not a day for that. Today is not a day to be broadcasting emotional chaos, which I know can be a little difficult with the climate of the world. Don't talk just to release tension. Don't bomb people with too much, because they themselves should be in a day of reflection of their own palabra, of their own wind. Ome Ehecatl is subtle but powerful. It asks of us, what are you spreading without realizing it? Because wind does not choose what grows. It only carries it. It's only the mover, the communicator. And the divine pair that rules this cycle reminds us creation is sustained through balance. Two forces, two lungs, two directions of breath. To take breath with awareness. Let your communication carry wisdom. Let your movement plant something worth growing. Your palabra carries weight. Your pensamientos are the future seeds of what grooms and blossoms later. This is Ome Ehecatl. Nos vemos mañana, and the count continues. Ome Ehecatl.